Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? I feel like that's a good idea. Obviously we did just play it, but... The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Afraid! So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate it against a darkening sky. That sort of thing. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Can you hear the sweet whispers of nude growth? Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching the other creature attempt to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Comet, my hero! You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Oh my god, what do we do? Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. Welcome home. My grandma... Okay, I get who Wayne is now. I was confused before. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. From the relative safety of a cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evenings seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments, for now you're safe and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. Let me give you like a look at my... If I can press the correct button here. No. Yeah, this is my cosplay for Halloween. Pierre But of course I do have a regular chibi model made of myself in Live 2D. My Live 2D trial is nearly over, so I've got to pay if I want to do it again. But it was an interesting process. I think I will. I mean, I'll give myself a little break, and then I will try to make another model. Could be cool. There's a lot I learned. I feel like there's definitely stuff that I would do differently starting over. So, yeah. Let's continue with Scarlet Hollow. It did get a bit spooky toward the end of episode 1 there. And I am very curious about, like, the different dialogue options and stuff. This is, like, a choicey game, so... I'm just gonna continue with my choices as they are, but, you know, maybe off stream I'll fiddle around with stuff. Yeah, wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You are still alive, and for now you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Note, you can refresh yourself on the events of previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Here we go. I see. So, Monday major decisions, took some boiled peanuts from a stranger, met Dustin, the opossum that lives in my dresser, went cryptid hunting with Stella, ! Witnessed Duke die in the woods and called the police, met Stella's friend Kanika and her mother, Sybil, and learned about the ditchlings. Return to my cousin's estate before going to bed. Let's see. Check on Dustin. You open the drawers to check on Dustin. Oh good, he's still here. Human is back. Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin, feel good. Had productive night. I see you have a bread now. Yes, Dustin found a bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin. Have you met Fur? Monster. Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night? Human can always talk to Dustin. What happened? I love it. The woods are full of big, scary monsters. Dustin understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets dead, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for human, maybe. Was nice to catch up, Dustin. I'll see you around. Leave you be. Okay. Alright. Poke around the closet. How's the doll? Great! The doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though after everything you went through yesterday, it's hardly a consolation. Return to your room. You turn back to the rest of the room. Look out the window. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. Could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it is, it's gone now. Uh-huh. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Fur eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Have you noticed anything weird around here? We ran into these horrible things in the woods last night and... Silence! Do you know what time it is? Quiet your awful little mouth. Your voice is the only horrible thing I've witnessed of as of late. Gretchen sends her regards. I don't know what that's... I don't speak French. That creature has not yet returned to whatever vile pit of hell it crawled from. Mirth! Truly ours is not a kind god. Hey! Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops. Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Comet. Before you ask, don't worry, I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. Sure, what else is family for? There are monsters in the woods, we need to leave. I saw them with my own two eyes. Ugh, this is Stella's influence, isn't it? A girl spent years chasing her own shadow thinking it's Bigfoot. This is just a sleepy mountain town where nothing ever happens. I'm not about to flee in terror just because Stella thinks she saw some ghouls. What is up with you and Stella? We just have a bit of history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm sorry. Good. I've got to get to work. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Okay. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset! She's a little prickly, but I think it's kind of fair. You know, we are a guest in her house. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, Non. The cat chuckles mockingly. Time to start your day. You know... It says Tabitha is right. After last night, the last thing you need is to be sucked into more adventures. You're not going to leave the estate. You're going to do what you were told or wait for her to get back from work. Can you just skip the whole day? Let's make a PB&J. You quickly scrap together ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's that. Investigate the garden. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It's probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Investigate further. You wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking. If indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Explore, take it all in. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect. Its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within the seas of weeds, as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal grates, at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. Check the ground for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the spectre from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes handy later. Oh, good idea! With that, you head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Let's just head to town. As interesting as it sounds cleaning the bathroom, let's just head to town. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside back to the mountain path that leads to town. You know, like, it's probably fine as long as we come back before sunset, right? The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement. But the woods are still, at least for now, down the path. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like walls of a cage. Almost back to town. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you, no scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. We keep saying that. We keep saying that, and it's kind of weird. Oh, hey, Comet. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Tell Avery the whole truth. Duke got hurt. Nothing really happened. I think we can trust Avery. They seem nice, right? They make the best biscuits in town. You tell Avery everything that happened last night. I have no idea what those things were, but they killed Duke and... Whoa, slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that comment. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you up some of Sybil's new blend to try and calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Comet. See ya, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I'd better get back to it myself. I got an achievement for telling Avery. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. What is wrong with people here? Someone died, and it's like no one even cares. The cops haven't even bothered looking for Duke. Tabitha won't listen to me. Avery brushed me off. Avery brushed off what I told them like it didn't even register. Stella barely seems fazed by any of this. Kanika doesn't seem to be taking this seriously. We have footage of what happened. And you don't seem to be taking this very seriously. For someone who was quick to call what we saw last night a sign of impending doom, you sure seem awfully calm about all of this. I got an achievement, throw everyone under the bus when talking to Sybil in episode 2. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know you're no stranger to death, but the folks of Scarlet Hollow lead difficult lives. The whole town is death. What's that mean? What's that mean? Is it a ghost town? Are you all ghosts? Are you all ghosts? Are the only real, like, living things here the animals, you know? Because animals can see ghosts, right? We all know that, right? You know. Stella was like, I believe in ghosts, but I never seen one. Maybe it's because she is a ghost, you know? Like, I don't know. Anyway. It was founded on it, it was built on top of it, and every day it breathes it in. Loss and mourning are baked into this place, and everyone here has had to learn to live with it in their own ways. Most people, that's forgetting. As for what you saw, well, people tell a lot of stories in the hills. Especially city folk who wouldn't know a bear from a Bigfoot. No offense, of course. But I'm afraid that means most folks aren't going to take your claim very seriously, at least not until they see what you saw with their own eyes. Be gentle with them, Comet. As for me, well, don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. I'm sorry to cut our conversation so short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, and God bless. And with that, you're alone on Main Street. What do you do with the rest of your morning? Let's go to the general store. We haven't gone there yet, right?